Today, we have a fabulous stress relief expert coming up for you. We had her on yesterday, and today she's going to give you specific tips about how to relieve your stress. And I think every mom can use these tips.
It's Channel Mom with Jenny Dean Schmidt. We're here for you.
Brought to you by Pediatric Dental Group of Colorado, creating positive and rewarding dental visits for kids of all ages since 1977.
I want to acknowledge that, especially moms. I was thinking today how sometimes the reason moms are ornery is because they feel like they're more responsible for everything than any other member of the family. And I think that causes a great deal of stress. So, Lauren Miller to the rescue. She is a stress relief expert, a motivational speaker, a best-selling author. She has an amazing story. She went through multiple crises, so she knows stress. She went through cancer at the same time she was going through divorce. I mean, she just knows what she's doing. She's also the author, as I said, of 5 Minutes to Stress Relief. So, Mom, just hold on. You're just going to get so many tips. Start writing them down, because I want you to be able to sit in a chair tonight or sit in a chair tomorrow morning and do these things to help your life and start instituting them so you can carry them through your life with you. Lauren is a cancer survivor, and there's a reason. She's learned how to reduce stress in her life. So welcome to the Channel Mom Show again, Lauren Miller. So glad to have you.
Thank you, Jenny. I'm so glad to be here.
Goody. I'm so glad. And Lauren and I are friends. She's precious to me. She follows after God, and we have great conversations about that. I also kind of want to touch on, Lauren, because we touched on it yesterday before we get to a stress relief tip. The judgment thing, that part of our stress is the lack of grace, both towards ourselves and toward other people and toward what we think they look, the way they view us. So little grace. We think they look at us harshly, we look at them harshly, and then we have no grace for ourselves on top of all that. Is that not true?
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely. I have a prayer every morning that I pray, and I actually pray it throughout my day to remind me that it is a grace, because the world screams and God whispers, and I feel as if it's essential knowing that we take the mind breaks to drop into our heart and into our spirit so that we can reconnect to God and then move out. Reconnect to God and then move out. And one of the things that I'll actually pray for is for the grace to see other people as they desire to be rather than how they're showing up in the moment.
So I want you to start now on some couple literal physical techniques that you can give to moms right now who are sitting there listening in the car or on the internet, things they can do to create stress relief in their life.
Well, I think the first essential thing to remember is the link between your thoughts and how your body responds. Your thoughts create the reaction of your body, whether or not you hold tension in your neck, your back, your legs, your cells. In my case, it showed up as cancer. Some people have insomnia. Some people have fragmented thinking. Some people have memory issues. These are all, the list goes on and on and on. Understand there is a powerful link between what you choose to think about and how your body is responding. So, with that said, I invite you to stay awake at the gate of your thoughts. Stand vigilant watch over what thought you give to what's happening outside of you, because life will continue to happen throughout your day today. You'll have thoughts about it, and those thoughts are objective. Believe it or not, if you slow down the process, your thoughts originally are simple observations. That's a tree, that's a rock, that's a person getting angry at me, that's this, that's that. What happens very quickly and subconsciously is as soon as you label that thought as negative, your biology gets involved.
Yeah.
As soon as you say that thought is threatening to your sense of safety and well-being, and this is another thing my friend said before she passed, she says it's an illusion to think that you're not safe. That's not of God.
Really? That you could feel safe all the time.
You are always safe, always safe. And I think I shared this with you, Jenny, but when I had that heart attack after the chemo, and I actually popped out of my body, that was the realization that when I was met in the heavenly realms by that expansive experience, which we talked about, I believe, on another show we did, the memory that I have, and I attempt to carry it at the front lines of how I respond to life, is the fact that I'm always safe. God is always with me. He will never leave me or forsake me. So as you stay awake at the gate of your thoughts, when something stresses you outside of you, you're like, whoops, I missed it, meaning when it shows up in your body, you've missed that spot of empowerment between what's happening outside of you and your response. The more you practice this, the bigger the gap will get between what happens outside of you and your response to it, but because you're creating new neural pathways in the gray matter of your brain, basically it requires repetition. So start practicing that sense of release. If something is repeated more than one time in your thought life after an event has occurred, you are ruminating.
Yes.
When you are ruminating, just know ruminating will bring your ship down. It's a huge energy leak.
Oh, and I'm guilty. And I shouldn't feel guilty about it, but I'm guilty. And by the way, I know that I believe that you also read Dr. Caroline Leaf, who's literally talked about how we can create new pathways. There really is hope for us. If we're negative thinkers, if we're fearful thinkers, you can create new pathways. So tell a mom, give her an example of a thought, and then how should she respond to that thought?
We're all aware, probably around our age group, of the game Chutes and Ladders. Mm-hmm. You can either create a ladder or shoot all day long, depending on your thought life. So one of the techniques that you can actually do when you feel that or the disconnect in your body that's fueled by ruminating. Why did they say that? Why did they say that? I need to know how this is going to turn out. I need to know how this is going to turn out. Those are usually the two portals that they pass through. Your need to know why things happen as they do, and your need to know how things will turn out. Most of your worrying, if you step back and look at it and take an honest glance at it, you will find that these are the two portals that your energy leak happens and stress has its way in the biology. Mm-hmm. What you can do is center yourself. The body has what is referred to as main trigger points. They use them in acupuncture. They use them in deep tissue therapy. They'll often press on these particular points. You naturally do this when you're stressed. When you're stressed, you'll tap on your chest. Well, there's a meridian, a major circuit breaker located. There's a U-shaped dip at the base of your neck. If you go 2 inches down and simply use your 4 fingers to tap on that spot while you close your eyes and take a break from the mind, and as you're tapping on that spot, you say, I'm willing, in spite of what's happening outside of me, to have faith and confidence in God. I'm willing to believe, even though I have unbelief, that my future is secure. I'm willing to believe that I am secure. It all comes down to that safety issue. Mm-hmm. And so you say, as you're tapping on that thymus point, you're saying, you're getting the spoken word. There is something energetic that I don't fully understand yet, but I've seen it hundreds of times, that when a human being proclaims what they desire to see while engaging the body and the soul and surrendering it to God, that those miracles start to appear in life.
As you were saying that, I was tapping myself on the chest, as you were telling me to, and I wasn't saying all the statements, but it goes along with those statements of feeling secure and having faith and believing even though there's unbelief. And you're closing your eyes, and it really does. You can literally feel it physically release you. Can you give us one more physical stress relief tip that's in your 5 minutes to stress relief book?
Well, one of the tips is laughter. This is a very quick one. People don't understand that laughter works for your biology by decreasing the stress hormone within the body. It decreases inflammation. It increases your immune system. It actually, 1 minute of laughter boosts your immune system for 24 hours.
Wow.
1 minute of anger lowers it for 4. And for disease, and as you can imagine, I've studied disease
3 minutes
closely when it comes to cellular function. Inflammation, decreased immune system, and lack of oxygenation are 3 main fuels to disease inside the body. Yeah. So laughter takes care of all of those, even if it's fake. So I'll often send out tweets, and I think I wrote, if you go to StressSolutionsUniversity.com, StressSolutionsUniversity.com, there's 18 quick tips. I believe that laughter is in there that says if you practice this on a daily basis, even if you have nothing to laugh about, it's scientifically proven to give you the same biological results, and it's free.